Choose peace over problems. In this video, I want to talk about why it's important that as a person that respects himself, that you always choose peace over problems, that you may have clarity in your mind, that you may have healthy mental health. I've always been quite a peaceful person. I've always never made anything bother me, and I think that's one of my major strengths. I'm not necessarily perfect in this aspect. I still do obviously have my moments where I tweak out completely, but I've always prioritize my peace over problems. And that goes for relationships with women, my friends, and all my family. And one of the most difficult, and I say major misconceptions when it comes to something like this is, especially if you're a people pleaser, it can be quite difficult to maybe adopt this mentality. And the reason why I say that is, in terms of, let's say, for example, relationships, problems are bound to come. And I think it's important that you be mature and you're grown up about this, that if you have somebody that's dealing with some sort of problem within the relationship, that you attack it, hit the nail on the head. However, as you might know, some people are literally just in relationships and all they do is cause problems. Yes, we're humans and we're going to cause problems naturally. However, many people don't even know themselves to the point where all they need to do is argue so that they can feel better. Especially with certain relationships that I've had, all it is constant arguing. You try and sort the problem out, you try and communicate, and nothing fixes it. In those sorts of relationships, I've always become the most depressed and overweight version of myself. I had this one relationship during COVID, and all it was is just continuous stress and annoyance and lies and deceit. And it forced me to overeat, become depressed, and it put me down a very dark hole. And it put me to 115 kilograms, the most heaviest I've ever been. I had so many different health problems. It was fucking horrible. But then let's say, for example, you look at parents. What's the misconception that can be seen there? If you have maybe very, I'd say, energetic family members that will argue with you a lot, your natural instinct is to try and maybe solve the problem because you know they're an adult, and if they're arguing with you, there's something must be wrong with you, or you must have been causing the problem somehow. But in that case, it's not always you. If you're genuinely doing something wrong, all right, cool, that's fine. But you should always be, especially around family members, you should have some sort of peace. You should be there to work together, not work against each other. So in those situations, I've always chosen peace. I've always separated myself or put my boundaries around family, because it's always so easy to give yourself the mindset that, yes, because they're family, I should take their bullshit. You should to an extent because they're your family, but not if they're doing it to guilt trip you and make you feel like shit, make you build up some sort of resentment for you, despite the fact that you're trying in every single aspect to be the best, I don't know, son or daughter that you can. And even when it comes to friends or whatnot, you might have some friends that all they want to do is drink and party, or they treat you like crap, they shun you out, they don't put you in a position to be like a strong they don't put you in a position to make you feel like a friend that deserves to be around them. They treat you like an outcast, and that disrupts your internal peace. So if you've taken anything from this video today, is that you should choose peace over problems. You deserve to respect yourself a whole lot more, and you don't need all the faff and I'd say the disrespect that can come when people come and deal with you in your life. Choose people that respect you and choose people that also want peace. Because if you don't, you're going to age years above your time. You're going to look like you're going to just age years above your time. And yeah, never forget who you are, man.